Okay, dear students, this is the last video in this series of Java.swing component. You need to understand that there are many components in Java.swing, and Java.swing is a very rich package. So certainly we cannot cover everything in class. I have given you enough concepts about the swing component. You are now well aware with how to handle events. It's a kind of I have given you enough understanding how to catch the fish. Now it is your responsibility to increase your knowledge about Java.swing and use it in your projects. In this last video related to Java.swing, I will be covering JTable. That is another very important component in Java.swing. Remember, due to time limitation, I won't be covering menus in Java.swing. Those I have given you enough understanding. If you read it on your own, if you need you in your project, then you should be able to grab the concept. You should be able to understand how menus are working in Java. By the way, menus are like these. This is one menu, this is another menu. So we have got J menu in Java.swing to implement these type of component in graphical user interface. But as I told you earlier, it is absolutely not possible for me to cover each and everything. I have given you broad concept how to create components, how to add them in container, and how events are handled. Now I think it's quite easy for you to further increase your knowledge about all these. Now, as I told you, this video is about JTable. So table, you are aware what is table. Table actually gives you a very good mechanism of handling tabular data, the data which is tabular by nature. So sometimes we have different queries to database where if you are extracting 100 records and if you want to display them in user readable form, it is a good idea to display them in a tabular format. So here I will explain how tables are created. Right. You know that in table there are two things which are important. One is the table column, other is table rows. Right. So column title you will give and rows data you will give, and both of these when you give to JTable you will be creating a JTable. But interestingly, you won't be adding table directly to the frame, rather you will add table to J scroll pen, and then that scroll pen will actually be added to the frame. Right. So you will understand it with an example, but here I write steps that you need to follow. So the first step is decide table columns, right, which is actually an array of string, an array of string. The second step would be to add data to the table, that will be actually an array of string, right, and then you will add table to J scroll pan, right, and then finally you will add scroll pan to the frame to display the table, right. So these are the four steps. So you will decide column, then you will decide data, then you will add table to the scroll pan, and then add scroll pan in the frame, right. So say for example I want to create a table that will display this data. Say for example okay, NLP, tweets, lot of tables are there, but these will actually confuse you. So I'm going to create a new table. For example, there will be a table like this: name, last name, last name, and then say for example GPA, right? So I will have Ali, Khan, Javeria, Murk, uh, Hafiz, right? These are just random names. Ali, Ahmad, uh, Khan, Muhammad, uh, Khan, Muhammad, Javeria, Khan, Murk, Ahmad, Hafiz, Khan, right? And then their GPA 2.2, 2.3, uh, 3.2, 3.3, 2.4, and so on. These are just random things, right? So in this table, these are your columns, right? And these are your records. So remember, when you create a JTable, you will actually be creating an array of a string with these three columns, with these three titles, and then an array of array where each of the array will be representing one record, right? So let us create this table and add it in a frame. Okay, so new Java class, I call it JTable Demo, right? So inside this JTable Demo, I have a string. I say columns, right? Equal to new, or maybe I can just keep this. Thanks to Java, we have got this option as well, second and third, right? So the first column title is name, the second is last name, and third is GPA, right? Okay, so this is the string that represents column title, and then we will have an array of string which will be representing records. So records equal to new, not new, but this first record, then second record, then third record, then fourth record, and then fifth record, then sixth record, whatever, right? So you can write all those records here. So say for example, I copy it from here and then I paste it here, right? So this is Ali, comma, Ahmad, comma, this is his GPA, right? So this is the first record, and then similarly I will also have second, third, and fifth record. So Khan, right? Muhammad, okay, 3.2, okay, right? So then share, Muhammad 1.5 drop down, right? Okay, so this is third record, then Hafiz, Ahmad, okay, he also has some GPA, right? Okay, more records like Khan, okay, Ali, and his GPA is 4.0, right? Then Shah, okay, Muhammad, and his GPA is 3.0. Remember, all these are just random names. Okay, so these are the column title, and this area of array is actually representing the data, right? So this is how your table will be getting the data. Now in JTable Demo, this is a constructor. Inside this constructor, I'm saying JFrame equal to new JFrame table data, right? And then yeah, you need to fix the import. Okay. And then here I say frame dot save size equal to 300 by 300, right? And then frame dot set default close operation, JFrame dot exit and close, right? And then frame dot set visible true. Okay, right. And then I create JTable equal to new JTable columns, no, data and columns or columns and data. I need to double check it. I think we will have column headings, data first and then column headings. So we have records, right, and then columns, right? So this table has been created, JTable. We need to fix import, right? And then J scroll pan equal to new J scroll pan, right? And to this scroll pan I will be adding the table, right? I say this scroll pen should be added to my table. So J scroll pen dot add, right? And I add in it my table, right? So this is the scroll pen, this is scroll pen, this is scroll pen. You can see here the similar kind of scroll pen I want to add to my table. Now when this is done, the next step is you are going to add in frame this J scroll pen, right? Now when you are adding scroll pen, you know that scroll pen is already added on table, which means that inherently table will also be added to the frame, right? Now once if this is done, we just set it visible. It's a good practice to write it here, that once if your frame has been finalized, you are going to display it, right? So in this case I've got just 1 2 3 4 5 records, but you can have thousands of records in table and those can be displayed. Remember, one dimensional array of a string will represent a column title and two dimensional array of a string will represent records in the table, right? So you will create table by using this constructor which accepts record and the column, right? And then you add that table into J scroll pen and then you add that into frame. Remember, here I have got static data, but you just imagine if you are extracting 1000 records from the database, so all those can be dumped to the table and which can be displayed very easily, right? Okay, now once if this is done, then I have got public static void main string arg whatever, right? Showing utilities dot invoke invoke dot invoke later, right? New runnable, right? Public void run, inside run I do new JTable demo, right? That's it. And then I just display the table. It's simple. Invoke later. What's wrong? Run cannot implement run. Runnable. Public void. Public void. Right. Okay. Let's run it to display the table. Wow. There is no table. Can you see the table? Yes, there is table. Come on, why not? I added JSP Java scroll pen has been added. What's wrong with that? Let's check it. Okay, scroll pen in the constructor. Okay, it means that this table will not be added in this way, rather table has to be provided in the constructor, right? Okay, no problem. We provide table in the constructor and then we add that scroll pen to the frame. Run file. You can see here now table has been displayed, right? So you can see this name, last name, GPA, all this data is added, right? Okay, so this actually ends this week's contents. This actually ends java.swing. I can understand there are many components, but I cannot cover everything. Java.swing is extremely rich. I strongly recommend most of the components we have already covered, but many components I am leaving on you. You got a broad idea how components are working. But I strongly encourage that you complete this chapter number 33, which is about introducing Java swing menus. Right. We end this week contents here. Next week is the last week from my side. You will be covering Java database connectivity. Right. I will try that uploading next week contents before end of this week, because I understand you people need database connectivity for your projects. But nevertheless, the quiz and the program assignment for JDBC will be found and will be in the next week. Right. Thank you very much. We will meet on Friday 10 a.m. For Zoom session. I will address your queries related to java.swing. Usually we meet in the evening, but this Friday I will be having a meeting. So I won't be able to spare time in the evening time, so we will do Zoom session at 10 a.m. Friday. Thank you very much. Before that, I request you watch all these videos related to java.swing and post your queries on forum, which I have already created for this week contents. Thank you very much. Bye bye.